I was tripping out about that. Somebody sent that, like people, like about 3 or 4 people sent that to me. They're like, "Have you seen this?" And I like, "Seen what?" And I was like, "Is that an emu?" Like, and when you, that's the most random thing that happened here. And like, okay, there's like I don't know how tall an emu is, but there's a gigantic fluffy bird running downtown, and well, not downtown. I think it was in the Greenspoint area, and I think it's still on the loose.
Wait, the zoo not even in Greenspoint. Huh?
No. Live from the Trap House. All right, my bad, y'all. That's
Trap House Live. Where did you get this?
Live from the Trap House at the job, man. Y'all know we silly, man. Welcome to the Just Acting Up show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Joffrey. We in this thing, man. How y'all doing this morning, this afternoon, this evening, all that and more, man. Chris, what's up, bro?
You know what I'm doing? I'm trying to get some of that good app before I go to Japan.
Really?
I was like, what's going on?
You know, the good app. Herschel Walker said that the good app goes to Japan. So
Herschel Walker
with that
so
good
you
app.
Bring a cowboy onto our podcast. Is that what you're doing? Herschel Walker, which one you talking about?
The player. You know, he's running for office. And
you bring a cowboy into our podcast.
Not makes sense. I was making fun of him if it makes any sense.
No.
Well, this intro with
a legendary cowboy at that. The reason why they won all them champions anyway.
What's up, Mike?
Herschel Walker. What's up? What's going on, man? Nothing much. Chilling. All right.
Mike got upset for me.
He brought Herschel Walker in here.
I was making fun of him.
That man gonna end up being a president. Why? Solely because he's a cowboy. And he's like the cowboy. Oh, well, we didn't got into sports anyway.
We're talking about
it. Too hilarious, man. Y'all know we silly. But man, look, we got a great show for y'all. It's gonna be good. We're gonna talk about some Emmy nominations. We're gonna talk about movies that why are they making this certain movie? I don't know, but you're gonna find out about it. And there is a certain thing on the loose. You'll find out about what that thing is, man. I don't like the way that sounds. Something going on here in the city of Houston, man. Y'all stay locked in to the Just Acting Up show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Just Acting Up show. We about to go ahead and get started on the show. But before we do, we need just one quick thing for y'all. You already know what it is. Don't act brand new. Right there. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I mean, this is the poster that, I mean, it's not just standing there for his health. That's what my 5th grade teacher used to say. I mean, right there for a reason, man. Now I'm traumatized. Used to hit me. Anyways, yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe to Just Acting Up show, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. We on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all that. iHeartRadio. Right there.
Boom.
Everywhere.
Yes, indeed, man. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and get this out the way real quick because, you know, for all you wrestling fans out there, rejoice. Wrestling fans, rejoice. The TV rating for WWE is about to change back to what? I ain't gonna say the good old Attitude Eras that we all come to know and love, but it's still going to change to the TV 14 rating. And people are talking about that because, you know, that's what we grew up with in the Attitude Era. You heard that glass break with Stone Cold. We already know what it was. We already know what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they getting back to the Attitude Era.
I guess you could say that, man. This video got me kind of cracking up. Somebody posted what the first episode of the TV 14 returning of WWE Monday Night Raw looked like, and they had the part with Vince McMahon coming out with a do-rag on. And I can't stand y'all right now. I can't stand y'all. But yeah, so of course Raw aired last night. I checked it out. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna see what happens, what goes on with it, because you know, still try to stay up to date in the wrestling community every now and then.
You know, truthfully, I hadn't watched wrestling since in years. The only wrestling I've pretty much watched is Young Rock, the TV show.
Great TV show, by the way.
Which highlights those eras. But I didn't even know they had a rating that was I didn't even know they had another rating that was, that shows how long.
I think it was the Rock era, because remember it was like certain eras, like NWO had their little run, right? So they had that, then they had what NWO Wolfpack and all that, then they had that little run when the Undertaker had his little era, and then but before honestly what changed the game, it was Stone Cold, because I do remember wrestling back then with Ted DiBiase.
Yeah,
Ted DiBiase. Who else?
I think that whole era, that whole era with The Rock, Stone Cold, Mankind, Kane, and all that. Like that was like.
I'm going back before them. Jake the Snake.
Like Andre the Giant, them.
Andre the Giant and all that, and the Hulk and Hulk Hogan and all. I'm dating back with them. That was like more the glitz and the mullet and all this other stuff. I do remember that. I remember watching all of that. And Psycho Sid and
the boy Psycho
Sid and Kevin Nash, Diesel.
What's that boy, Macho Man?
I'm going Macho Man, the Road Runners, the Road Warriors. Spikes, and they had it on there. I'm going back from there. And then when Stone Cold came, that's when all of it changed with the Mankind and Undertaker been around before Stone Cold.
Yeah, man.
If you watch Young Rock, I'm telling you, that's such a good show, because
it is.
He is like, he was meant to be. He had no choice but to be wrestling. But to see like how many of the legends he's been around and grew up with and friends with, and just like you see how Randy Savage got that. I mean, not Randy Savage. Lord have mercy. Macho Randy Man. It was
Randy Savage.
You see how he got his even got into the Slim Jim, snap it to a Slim Jim. You see like all these like stories like that you see that played out. You kind of see a lot of origin stories within that show.
Right. Yeah, man, it's a great show. I like it. I got to catch up on it too. Such a great series. But yeah, man. So rejoice, wrestling fans. You got your TV rating, and you're getting out of the PG era. And yeah. So you got to.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, man. One of my favorites right there. One of the GOATs, man. But yeah, man. So in other news, Mike, man, I gotta tell you, brother. Well, we already knew this, but Mike said this on the show a while back about Boston, and LeBron said, they asked LeBron, "Why do you hate Boston?" And he said, "Because they're effing racist."
They are.
Hey, man, look. Yeah, so I mean, hey man, now we know not everybody up there, but it's like the fans, some of the fans up there, hardcore fans up there, y'all, some fans be doing too much, man. Y'all got to stop this mess now.
They are. They truly are. Like honestly, I think I talked to one person from Boston, and he said it himself. He's like, yeah, Boston is racist. Boston is racist. That's why it was I'm not gonna say crazy, but it was kind of like that's not a good fit. That had Cam Newton come after Tom Brady to play in New England, because the whole Massachusetts is they racist. Although New England and Boston is two different cities, but at the end of the day, it's still Massachusetts. Come on now, it's still the same. So that's why the great Bill Russell didn't want to have his jersey retired with them. He wanted to do it in the privacy of friends and family. He didn't even want to do it with his fans. And you never see Bill Russell go back to Boston or stand in the Garden and whatever they stadium is and wave. You know how like the older heads, especially Boston, had one hell of a run. Who they talk about most of the time? They talk about Larry Bird. It's all about Larry Bird, the great white hope, as they would call him back Come on now.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
Yeah, man. Y'all gotta stop that stuff, man. Y'all need to stop all this racism stuff, man. Y'all need to chill out.
Yeah.
Chill out. But yeah, man, that's confirmation right there.
I would never go visit. I ain't gonna say never because good Lord, but Boston, I'm in and out pretty much. I'm gonna be in and out.
But you talking about Boston? Did I do the accent right? Boston. No, I can't do it. Okay.
That's why LeBron don't mind putting them foots in him when he played ball. LeBron, you remember back then, boy, LeBron, he still got it now, but you remember the Heat? Nah, I think he won better. Remember, he got his revenge up when the Cavaliers? Oh, man. He didn't mind putting foots in Boston. I think that was the only team that he actually went that hard on.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at his stats when he goes to Boston now. I really gonna have to look at it. Like it's a personal hate.
It's a personal hate. It's honestly a personal hate. And
that's that Michael Jordan mentality right there. I take all this stuff personal. Every small little thing.
Exactly. The Red Sox too. I heard that they tell man. There's so many horror stories of black people going to the baseball games in Boston. Crazy.
Sad. It don't have to be like that.
It's so sad.
So sad.
It is what it is.
Yeah, man. And to end this segment off, there is a certain how you put this? It's a doggone emu on the loose here in Houston. It's an emu.
Okay, I couldn't help myself.
I was tripping out about that. Somebody sent that, like people, like about 3 or 4 people sent that to me. They're like, "Have you seen this?" And I was like, "Seen what?" And I was like, "Is that an emu?" Like, and when that's the most random thing that happened here. And like, okay, there's like I don't know how tall an emu is, but there's a gigantic fluffy bird running downtown, and well, not downtown. I think it was in the Greenspoint area, and I think it's still on the loose.
Wait, the zoo not even in Greenspoint. Huh?
No. Somebody got something.
So wait a minute. There's an emu still on the loose. It's in Greenspoint and it's still on the loose.
It's probably do some sightseeing. It's probably do some traveling. But it's just, I don't know.
Well, technically, hold on, Chris. I bet you didn't know this. I took my son on a field trip, and there is, no lie, there is an aquarium close to the Beltway. That's closer to Greenspoint. That is a fact. But that's one hell of a walk for that old emu. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, I'm looking at it.
Because I was about to say, I was like, because on the south side as well, zoo at and the north at Green. I was like, what's in Greenspoint? Because
that's the only thing
that's Guns Point.
Yeah, like
emu may not last too long.
What?
but there is no lie. There I can see it escaping from there, but that's a very long walk.
Maybe that's where it came from, him or she, whatever type of emu it is, but it's out there strutting and stuff. So I just need Tony Baker to come through and do a voiceover or something with the emu. Like, so that's all I need. That's all I need. Somebody forward that to Tony Baker so he can do a voiceover.
That emu was moving.
Yeah, he must be, because I am doing.
I'm telling you, I believe it comes from that aquarium. It's on the Beltway, and it's like not that far from. It's right here on this side, honestly. So
they have emus there. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, it's an aquarium. They have emus, lizards, and monkeys, and what they call it, Madagascar.
Lemurs.
Lemurs, yeah, they have lemurs. They have it all. It's an aquarium. They have stingrays and all that. I didn't know it was there. And goat and what else? They even have a kangaroo. It's a kangaroo.
Oh, you're right. It's an interactive aquarium. Because I wanted to go there. Like, can you like deep sea, like dive and swim with the fishes?
No.
Okay, it's another one then. Okay.
Yeah, it's another one, but yeah, it's ducked off right there off the Beltway, so maybe it escaped from there because it was it's like the aquarium been there for a very long time. Because when I had took my son, I was thinking downtown, but now it was right up the street. So
man, this. Yeah, so
you watch this is back in Guns Point. I'm sorry,
boy. Just don't let fire. What's that? It's a big. What's that Kevin Hart joke? It's a man pigeon. No, man. Man, I don't know what it is, dog. Anyways, man, y'all be. I don't know what the emu name is. Somebody gonna name it, or probably have already. But he gone. He high knee in it, hitting them high knees, man. It's too hot outside. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into the Critics Corner. We're gonna talk about some Emmy nominations, and we're gonna talk about a certain movie that we don't think it should. Just stay locked in. Just Acting Up Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the Critics Corner, we're going to say what? Shout out to what? Joffrey's VIP Room, where we do an in-depth analysis on your favorite TV shows and favorite films. We just had a, I just recently had my recent students from my acting class that I also host on Joffrey's VIP Room. She just graduated, so shout out to Riri. Proud of you, girl. So applaud you. And I'm going to be doing some more upcoming acting classes as well, too. So y'all stay locked in to the Joffrey's acting class if y'all are searching for an acting class with a reasonable price. There's your plug.
Remember, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yeah, so it's best to get on it now.
Yeah, you better, because I'm telling you, the price about to go up real quick, real soon. So I ain't got nothing else for you. I'm sorry. I tried. I got bills, too. So, in other news, man, let's go ahead and get into this real quick. So I want to go ahead and get this out the way. What's a movie that y'all said, with no shade, of course, but we just like, we don't see any point to y'all making this movie. What's one movie y'all can think of?
I know the answer. I honestly, truly do know the answer.
What's the answer?
Let me guess. Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, hey. Lord Jesus, I said as soon as I saw that poster, as soon as I'm like, this can't be real, man. But yeah, man, I don't know who. I hope it's not real. No shade towards the person who made this film or is making it, but it's like, why? Why are you taking these sweet, innocent creatures, Disney characters, and turning them into savage monsters? And why would Winnie the Pooh want to hurt somebody? I know he's a bear, but he's a stuffed animal.
Let me tell you something. No shade to these actors, writers, producers, directors, because there's a lot of work that goes in between making this happen. Small and the big screen, okay?
Yes.
So we're not doubting nobody's craft, but there are some content. So it's like, why? I was on Google looking at movies, up and coming new movies is on Google movies and TVs that you can order. I guess someone felt the need to jump on the Thor campaign. There's an actual movie called Thor, God of Thunder, right? Mm-hmm. And it has a thumbnail of Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Click on the preview. It's nothing like that Thor.
You're not even in the movie, huh?
I mean, there is nothing like the Thor that you know. This is like, come on now. Like, really, come on now. I mean, I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, who said that this was a good idea?
I have no idea,
man. $9.99 to buy, $2.99 to rent. It's on there. So I'm like, bro. I'm like,
no for me.
And Thor got a gut. Thor has a gut. He has a dad bod for real. And he bald headed. He has no. Yeah, he really. I mean, even Thor that had a dad bod in Avengers Endgame still looks better than this Thor.
Y'all gotta stop this mess, man.
With these. Let me take a different take on this. We didn't ask for that.
We didn't ask for that.
No, we didn't. The streets didn't ask for that.
No, we didn't. we also didn't ask for y'all didn't believe me when I told y'all about Velocipaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, what is this?
I don't know what it is. I guess these movies still come out where it's like this is the high, and then they got the lower budget trying to catch their way.
Sharknado was the whole thing.
Sharknado is just kept going on because they had something else NATO and then something else NATO, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what is really going on in the world right now? So,
Lord Jesus, please bless our careers. Lord, it's your children again. Please bless us. As we travel into this crazy industry.
I'm telling you, because now I got a different life because I'm a, actor. We all actors, and it's like, would I do that? Would I do that? I believe I would.
Almost every actor been in something, a part of something that we was like, why did I do this? I mean, all of us. But yeah, man. So yeah, no, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Blood and Honey.
Blood and Honey.
Oh.
Y'all go check that out.
Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. I just came from Disney. That was a little nice, cute little ride or whatever. Anyways, so Emmy nominations, man. A lot of people are getting nominated for some Emmys, some of your favorite shows, and everything. And I love to see it. But what I love to see the most is these two individuals that came from the YouTube, and where they're at now is just awesome and amazing. Issa Rae and Quinta Brunson. Shout out to them because they both of their shows and their work being nominated for Emmys, and I'm all for it.
Quinta came from there. Oh, he got money. She went viral with that, and she wrote. I think, she wrote the script for that and named it after her elementary school teacher. And I mean, that show's funny because anybody that knows a teacher, been around a teacher, you watch that show, you really get it. Like it's a funny show.
And shout out to her because she shot a fan down and had a stupid suggestion on an episode right after the school shooting. Right after the school shooting that happened in Robb Elementary. Those how many kids? It was like 12.
Yeah.
I don't know. I tried to blank the whole idea out. But anyway, the whole tragic out of my mind. So, but it was an how I want to say it. It was a fan that came up to her that sent a message, I guess DM'd, and was like, "Hey, I have an idea for a good episode.
Yeah.
And you have it in school shooting or something." It's like, really? Is that where we at right now, America?
No.
Like, so shout out to her. She's very she's just she's about her business, and
and shout out to Shirley Ralph, who's on the show. Y'all, remember Moesha. I think she got her first Emmy nomination ever.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's what's up.
Yeah, same thing for Tyler James Ennis, who's on the show as well too. So I love seeing it, man. It's quite it's a lot of few people that's getting some nominations. I think I can't remember if the characters from Better Call Saul's getting nominated as well. So it's
Better Call Saul clean up. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, it's some shows you like, oh, they about to clean up for real, man.
Yeah, Better Call Ozark, between Ozark and Better Call Saul. That's gonna be tough.
Woo! Glad we're not behind that scene, but we got to make the decision. Like, I can't. What you want me to do, man? So
yeah,
man. So man, Emmys. And also speaking of Issa Rae, her new TV series would premiere this week called Rap on HBO. I think it's July 21st. I think when it starts. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see what it's all about. So shout out to Issa Rae as well. See how this TV series goes. In other news, be careful from spoilers. Black Panther 2. There are rumors flying around saying that people are already uploading spoilers and rumors about what the next Black Panther film is going to be, who's in it, what's going on. So just giving y'all a warning because we got to give y'all a warning because I got to warn myself. So
Black Panther 2. The
thing about Marvel though, because it's what it don't come out till November. Any spoilers that's out right now, that Marvel is good about changing that up so quick.
Mm-hmm. No, Marvel is good to let you guys know that that's not really gonna happen.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll leak certain stuff just to misdirect you too.
I think somebody dropped the ball on Doctor Strange because that we've seen Doctor Strange. Okay, we should have. It was on Disney Plus, Chris. But
I seen it. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. But anyway, I think they could have done without. Well, this wasn't even a spoiler. They could have done without showing Professor Xavier. They could have done without that. Mm-hmm. They on a commercial. Y'all could have done without that. Just let the fans, like be it. They just went and they just, this was like, here you go. This is gonna be on here too. See, boom. I like, oh my goodness. The last final trailer. But
some fans they could have been good cops because man, they turn into investigative detectives when it comes to these movies.
Some of them be on point, some of them be wrong.
Some of them, man. Telling you, that was a stretch. Like a stretch.
That was you was reaching. Reaching. God dog, you was reaching. But between me and Marvel need to come on with it. Black Panther is going to be the last hope for this year.
People been saying that too about the Phase 4. Been kind of like, that's what people been saying. And I can see where they're coming from with it because it's like we want to see we had Thanos and we know what it was all leading up to, where the direction was coming, and we found out about these characters and that. So I'm looking forward to. I want to see this trailer. It should be dropping soon at the Comic-Con. So we'll see what happens with that, man.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. These reviews been going. People been just
like, they ain't gonna do for me.
You can do better.
You can do better.
They set the bar so high.
Yeah, they have, man. Speaking of Marvel, no spoilers. Miss Marvel finished up his final episode. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I know some people was like, yeah, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. That last episode was action packed as well too. And
I think Miss Marvel, she's gonna be good. She's gonna be good for the MCU.
Yeah,
that's the next time we'll see her will be in the Marvels movie with Captain Marvel. So
now, this is crazy theory, not theory, but this is a logic. Well, let me put this out here, right? Mm-hmm. Marvel's movies have been, they ain't been all that good since Spider-Man, right? But their TV show has been on point. What does that sound like to you?
They putting a lot of attention to the TV shows. Hey,
it's like
no, it sounds like DC to me. That's a DC. They DC-ish. I mean, honestly, because Moon Knight was on fire. Moon Knight was fire. Mm-hmm. I couldn't put Moon Knight down. What's next? I couldn't put it down either.
I think they kind of trying to follow the same formula, but it's just like as far as how they kind of had all the little stories and then pieced them all together. But I think they may be, I don't know, they getting too intricate. Like they're like just simplify, just Like Ms. Marvel could have been a movie. I mean, truthfully,
it really could have. I thought about that too. I'm like, if you would have taken that episode out and that one and edit that. It really could have been a movie. Actually, really, all of them. Really,
all of them could have been a movie.
What if was What if was good? I said, what's next? I meant to say, what if? What if was nice. What was the one before? What if? Hawkeye.
Hawkeye was pretty good.
I think Loki was before.
Loki was Loki had me on the edge of my seat. That's why I don't watch him like that on every episode, week by week. I wait for a bill because Loki had me stressed out.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. They know what they're doing. They doing it the right way. So yeah, man. I think She-Hulk is in August. We'll see how that goes. So I'm still mad about the Hulk, but we ain't gonna get into that right now because I'm gonna take. We ain't got that much time.
They did announce they was gonna do a World War Hulk.
As as they should. I'm ready to see Hulk go Hulk mode, and yeah, I'm ready to see that. Ready.
And R.I.P. to the actor that played the general.
Oh, William Hurt.
William Hurt, because he was supposed to play the Red Hulk.
Yeah, and that would have been dope too, man. That I would have loved to see that. I would have loved to have seen that iteration of right there.
Yeah. So, hey man, we're very informal about these comic books and TV show series. You know, we just wish that someone gave us a shot to say, hey, you know, just acting up show. They know what they talking about. We go.
Hey man,
you know, we do
podcasters by day, by night.
We
the greatest superhero trio in the world.
We really play about this here.
We know what we talking about. We own it.
We really own it. You know, we just don't press play. We do our homework. Okay?
Yes, we do. Indeed, we do.
So all these are places where they got the comic book. You know, invite us.
Yes, you need us. You want us there.
Honestly, we could turn this whole podcast out, be comic books and whoop the whoop, and we don't even have to talk about everything.
Radio. Got dog.
If we really
got dog it. Got the dog it, boy. Let us in there. Let us in. God dog it. To quote my brother Chris, who quoted Spike Lee on Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, man. Before we close this segment off, two more things. Speaking of Marvel, looking forward to the X-Men '97 trailer that's going to be dropping. You know, that was my ish right there as a kid. That introduced me all to X-Men. That's what my dad introduced me to. So I was like, man, this is it. Looking forward to see how that look. And as well as Nope hits theaters this weekend. Y'all gonna go see Nope?
Next weekend.
Well, this weekend because this show's being aired.
Okay, well, all right. And then you're right. Okay, all right. This weekend.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I want to see Jordan Peele's iteration of these aliens coming down. And yeah, it looks good. I'm looking forward to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest coming through here on the Just Acting Up show. This young lady right here has just been busy with so many films and movies. So proud of her. Shavon Majoi will be joining us. So y'all stay locked into the Just Acting Up show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Just Acting Up show. We got a special guest in the building. We got Shavon Majoi.
Appreciate it.
Hey man, appreciate you again. Welcome and good morning to you. Bright and early like the orange juice. How you doing this morning?
I am doing well. I'm excited to see another day. That's a blessing. Not everybody can say that. And you know, I'm a little tired. You know, got done filming about 3 a.m, but hey, this is the life. You know, push through. You know,
Yeah. Oh my God, y'all so. I'm gonna give y'all a quick rundown. I'm gonna let Shavon gonna tell Shavon about who Shavon is. But this young lady, she is busy, and I can't do nothing but applaud you for everything that you do. You've been doing some work. I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that. God is good.
This Amen. All the time.
All the time. God.
All the time. So let's go ahead and get into it, Shavon. So what got you started in this journey of acting? What got you started in this journey?
Okay, so I got into acting through singing. I've been singing since I was a little girl, and I've always wanted to be a singer, and I always thought that would be my thing. I did not think that acting would be part of it. I was like, oh, that'd be cool to be in a movie, but it was never what I thought would be like my number one thing like it is now. So my very first role, I played a suicidal singer, and I took the role because I was like, oh, I get to sing. Cool. Like I'm good with that. That's my comfort zone. So I've sung for different churches, background for different artists, and so I was like, okay, I can do that. And I did the first play, and I didn't really like the experience. Not because the play wasn't a good storyline. But they just had me doing things that to me was not realistic. And for me, I have to understand things. Everything has to make sense for me to do a good job at portraying the character to me. So I was playing like an 18-year-old, and I was like super duper upset that like my mom was sleeping with my best friend's dad, and I was supposed to like be bawling, crying, falling over the floor crying, and I was just like,
too much.
Yeah, I'm like, at 18, I imagined myself at 18. I imagined if I was going through that scenario, that's not how I would respond. That's not realistic to me, So it was just little stuff like that, and like fake slaps, and I had to fall on the floor. Like it was just little stuff. I was like, okay, this is corny. Like I feel stupid. I was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me. So fast forward to 2018. At the University of Houston downtown, they had auditions, and I was like, you know what? I haven't done a play since that. Let me just see what this is about. So I get there, and they're like, okay, this is not a traditional play. Everybody that's in here is going to write the play. So it's more of a playwright play. And I was like, oh, I don't know how to write. And they were like, and I was just like, okay. So how they had us audition, we had to tell a story, whether it was real or fictional. And literally based on the stories that we told, that's how we got selected. So I chose a real story from my life of my first and hopefully last unplanned blind date, because I would not agree to that. Heck no. And so people were laughing because the story it's funny now. I was mad then. So it was like, about 400 people that were auditioning. So they chose like 30 of us based on our stories. And it was like so acting intensive. Like it was amazing. Like it was amazing. It was hard. Literally, we were rehearsals from Monday through Friday from 6 to 10. And Greg Allen, he came down from Chicago, and he was the one that was directing us. And he was like, okay, so tomorrow you're going to come in with a 2-minute play. It's going to involve an audience member, and you got to mention a newspaper. And literally, you would have to come back the next day with your play typed out, and you have to get up in front of everybody and perform it. And so people were dropping out. People were like, this is too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in school full time. Like I was working. Like it was a lot. To balance all of that. And like when it would run late and they didn't get to me, I'm like, oh, they got more time for my story, So they chose like 3 of my little 2-minute plays, and one of them that I wrote was about like a personal situation that I never really talked about in my life. And we performed all the shows like 6 times. And the night my mom came, I like bust out crying in the middle of it. And I was like, really, Shavon? Like, you're doing all this talking? Like, come on. But everyone was like, no, that's the best you ever did it. Like, it was so powerful. And all these people were coming up to me, talking about how they could really relate to it. And it was just like, after that experience, I knew acting was for me. And so literally I started getting other opportunities. Like, hey, like I saw you in that play at the university. They're having auditions over here, or, and so literally like I've hit the ground running, and it's literally been that nonstop ever since. So I'm really excited.
That's what's up. That's an amazing story. And because we saw that you went to University of Houston, correct? Like
yes.
He was actually like an actual student. Okay, because you got 2
student James. He said that.
Like you was a student.
Right, yes.
There was a student with the non-student with the second
non-students and students. Some of us just went by and just passed through and everything.
We just go just to say we went.
I'm just I'm in school. I went to Lone Star College, but yeah, we actually have 2 college neighbors right here, 2 TSU's members right here.
That's what's up. I went to a fun school.
Wait a minute.
I did most of my classes at the downtown campus, so it was not as much of like, you know what I'm saying, like the college feel, like the main campus and TSU, other schools were. So like, I would go to other schools with my friends to have fun because, you know, not that my school was boring, but it just was still more education focused. So, yeah.
So let me ask you this: what are the? I guess when you approach a role or a character, how do you approach your characters that you choose to play, and like what challenges do you have when interpreting those characters?
Well, I guess my approach is I read it and I compare it to real life, like my personal experiences, along with the experiences of people that I've met and different stories that I've heard. And I try to build a backstory because, of course, a script is only going to tell you so much about a person's life. But when you establish the backstory of who that person is, it, you know, gives you a deeper understanding of how this person is when they're angry, how they would respond to certain things. And so I basically create my version of who that character is. Challenges. I would say, I mean, you know, I think anything is like a muscle. The more you do it, the better you get at it, you know? And so I definitely can say that I've gotten better because I remember when I would get parts that I had to cry, I'm like, oh, why are they always gonna make me want to cry? Like, oh my God, what am I trying to do? Like, now, like, you know, I'm a lot more comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's still easier if I don't have to because I know that, you know, at least for a moment, I have to mentally go to those places so that I can channel those tears like I just had to last night. So, yeah.
How does that affect your mental after it's over? After the scene?
I think that mentally, it doesn't necessarily have like a big effect. But for me, it makes every experience more valuable. You know what I'm saying? Because now I can use that in a positive manner. Like I can, you know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's kind of like I can, you know, be like, you know, be able to just snap and go there. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a light switch. You turn it on, you turn it off.
Because
you know,
there's two different ways of doing that. Because I had a scene where I had to cry. There's the method way, in which some actors don't recommend that because you have to open up doors to dark places. You know, and there's a way that you can do it on your own. You have to don't blink and then. Come because it's water.
Yeah. So that don't blinking thing is definitely like a good way, but it doesn't always work for me. That's why, like, for me, like, I just, you know, I don't necessarily think of like really dark times of my life, but like, I was like, okay, Shavon, what's the most recent time you cried? What were you thinking about? And I just try to remember like how I was feeling in that moment. And I just kind of think about that and focus on that for a few seconds. You know what I'm saying? In addition to kind of like staring and getting my eyes ready, you know, for it. That's pretty much my way of doing that.
Right. I know you like, man, I don't want to cry. I mean, I'm naturally happy person. I don't like to cry.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like they always want you to cry.
Like sometimes like my eyes will water, but I'm like, these tears are not falling. What the heck?
Man, and Shavon really is a naturally happy person. Like her energy and everything. Every time I see her on the set, she's just in a great mood. Well, I haven't caught you in a bad mood or anything. I try not to, but Shavon is always in a positive mood. And I will tell you one thing. One thing about Shavon that I caught on to, when we on set, if you next to her, she gonna make you take some pictures. She will make you take she gonna make you take some. I laugh so I think I walked up to Shavon one time. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" She's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" She's like, "You want to take a picture?" I'm like, I mean, okay, yeah, great. So, okay, come here. She's like, this place is good right here. Get right there. It is so funny.
I'm like, you know, I mean, it may not be like a bunch of like clips of the actual set. We're gonna at least get a selfie or something in. So yeah.
It'd be too funny. Shavon gonna school you on your Shavon gonna school you on your picture game. She gonna like, no. Let's back up a bit.
Also, it's all about the angles, right? So the angles.
In addition to the angles, the lighting. Okay, you know, especially for us melanated individuals. Okay, we need the light in front of us. Okay, not behind us. So if the window's behind you, we're gonna look dark. You know what I'm saying? And you won't be able to see our beautiful features as well. So little things like that are very important. So
awesome.
Well, I suck at taking pictures, so I need.
Right.
Because I need help with that.
Yeah, that's Shavon's masterclass right there. When you be on
there you go. That's a masterclass.
There you go.
You know, you'll help a lot of people with that situation.
And so you also sing, right? And you know, I got to listen to your song, "Don't Rush This Love."
Yes.
Like your girl got some skills. But just tell us about the process of just getting in the booth and putting music
out. Okay, so like I said, I've been singing since I was a little girl. I watched my mom sing. So she sang choirs. She sang with this group called Southeast with Yolanda Adams before she went solo. You know, so I was around music even as a baby. My mom was bringing me to choir rehearsals and stuff like that. So that's kind of where my love for it was birthed. I watched my mom do it. And so I've sang, you know, churches, you know, on praise teams. And I mean, I've led, you know what I'm saying, worship at a church for a few months, but then my acting career took off, so I couldn't keep doing that. But I was always singing other people's music. And so I was like, you know what, it's time for me to actually put out something for me. Like I had written music you know, I've been writing for years as well. I just never put anything out. And so, you know, I was able to collaborate with one of my acting friends, and he also produces music, and he's an artist himself as well. And so he was like, okay, I've got some tracks. And so, you know, so he created a track for me. And hey, I was in the studio and I started, you know, writing, and I decided, okay, this is what I want my message to be. You know, so for Don't Rush, you know, of course, when most people listen to it, they're thinking about a romantic relationship. But, you know, Don't Rush is really so much bigger than that. You know, it's just about enjoying every moment. I mean, from COVID happening and seeing so many people pass away, or, you know, just things happening to people, like we never really know, you know, the next time we're going to get the opportunity to love on somebody. So take every moment, enjoy these moments, you know what I'm saying? Don't rush this love. We rush love, and it's like we take people for granted. It's like, oh, you know, I'll see you later, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, we argue on petty things, and we dwell on small things, and it's like, nah, like, okay, talk about it, but let's move on, you know, because we can't rush love, and we can't, you know, not really hone in on those good moments, because those are the greatest parts of life.
Yeah. So. Amen.
That was a whole word right there.
That was a whole word right there. Thank you, Shavon, for that. Thank you, for real. So, I mean, to piggyback off of it, well, let's change gears real quick. So, of course, you know, we are here in Houston. But you also recently traveled to Atlanta not too long ago, right? To film. So tell us about that experience right there. Just, you know, you was in the film and everything, you was working, but tell us about your overall experience in Atlanta.
Oh, it was a great experience. It was really nice being able to meet other people and network, you know, with them. And I was able to meet another actress that was as well, because it was kind of like a melting pot, because people in Atlanta, everything in Atlanta is just people in Atlanta doing that. But I'm like, no, like we were all from all over. Like one person was from LA, like two of us, we were from Houston. Some people were coming from Miami. Like I think it was maybe two people in the whole process that actually, you know, were in Atlanta. And, it was just cool, just meeting different people, seeing their perspectives and their experience as, being creatives, in this space. And so, it was great. It's a learning experience. I'm a people observer.
Right.
Like,
we talked about that before too. Yeah, we did.
I'm not the most friendly person. That I'll be honest, I'm not. But like, I'm cordial. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will speak to everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go in my corner and then I'm watching. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching how people interact and how people move. I think it's important because in life we got to use discernment because every opportunity is a good opportunity, even if it's pays well, even if it's got a celebrity in me, that doesn't mean it's a good opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And so watching how people move really will protect you in this industry because the industry is great, but it's also got its not so great parts. So it was good, being able to meet some people that I feel are really genuine people that are really honest. And, because a lot of people, it's like they have this image in their mind of this industry that's so far from what it really is. Like, this is not, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. So, I could just be making, tons of money really quick. Like, oh, sweetie, if that's what you want, this is not the industry for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Person, if you can't take no's, this is not the industry for you. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get every role, and that is okay because whatever is for you, the door is going to open.
Right.
It is. I've had roles that I didn't get, and I was like, oh, I wish I would have got that role. Then I hear what happened. Who thank you, Jesus, I didn't get that role. I'm happy.
Yeah.
But that glitters is gold. But I really had a good experience. So it was nice being in a different environment. So I definitely want to go back and do more projects there. I want to do projects in other places as well, just to kind of diversify, my experience, meet different people and things like that. But, it was great because I'm a little biased because, I'm saying I do live in Houston, but all I can say, another girl from Houston, Dominique, but we was killing it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was saying, Houston got some talent because a lot of people that are, really successful in different areas came out of Houston, you know what I'm saying? I think that, it is definitely good to go different places just so that you can, rub elbows with different people and learn more about the industry because, hey, we look at a place like Houston and it's like, okay, the film community is not that big here. And it is either there, they have tax write-offs there. So, of course, there's a lot of reasons why there's more projects happening there and why people come from different states like LA and New York to come film in, you know what I'm saying? But not everything is actually Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that they, you know what I'm saying, they're actors, but they're not really going nowhere. It's still kind of that same
same ceiling,
people are not really pushing through. So, I guess in Houston, I always say, oh, I'm not moving, I'm not moving. But okay, that's a good option, you know what I'm saying? But make sure you got a plan, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sure that you're really prepared, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta is not Houston. The competition is greater. So, baby, if you want this, baby, master this first. I think Houston is a really good training ground.
Right.
And I'm happy to see more people doing things, more people coming together because it's a lot of quality that is coming out of Houston, and I'm very proud. So,
I agree.
That's good. I think you're the first person I think I've heard that we've interviewed that really just kind of gave that perspective of it, like, that Houston is just a really good training ground. Let me ask you this: what was the best piece of advice that anyone has given you while in this industry? What's the best piece of advice that anyone's given you that you've been able to really take it and run with it?
Ooh, man, that's tough. Because I've been given a lot of really, really good advice. Off the top of my head, I can just give you one of the many because I don't think I have one that's greater than all of them. But Aja Sanders, she's an actress that was in a big time TV show, and I had went to an event in Houston a couple years ago. It was at the NRG Stadium. I don't even remember what event it was, but she was speaking and they had like a panel. like, oh, the show that she was on is not coming to my head, but I know as soon as I get done with this interview, I'm gonna think of it. Anyway,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
I was asking, some questions, and she, was giving me advice, and there's two things that she said that stuck with me. Number one, that no is a complete sentence. And that I really took that with me because, there are going to be a lot of times where people are going to want you to do things that you're not comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? That's on and off the set. On and off the stage, especially as a woman in this industry, you know what I'm saying? Because, it's still a male-dominated industry as far as like the leadership is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who putting people in place. I mean, of course, you have your female directors and things like that, but it's still a male-dominated industry. And so it's okay to not have to explain why something is a no for you. It's kind of naturally like, oh, because this, and a lot of times we want the opportunity so bad that we compromise our values for that. But if you really stick to, what you believe in and what it is that you want, good opportunities will still come to you. You know what I'm saying? If you look at Angela Bassett don't play every type of role that's out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Still a successful woman. Denzel Washington, he did not accept every type of role that he could play. So it's okay to say no. You can't be so afraid and so desperate to, pick me, that you will not have any standards and you allow people to run over. If you stick to your guns and you are like, this is my standard, this is how I am, you will gain respect. And if that person is like, okay, well, we're going to have to replace you, that was an opportunity for you anyway. You don't want to be working with somebody who does not respect your values and who you are. And another piece of advice that she gave me that was really, really important was to hold on to your real friends. She, gave me how when she, got high and in Hollywood, you know what I'm saying, she left all her friends behind and basically just tried to befriend only people in the industry, you know what I'm saying, only people that was in the, that was kind of on her level, you know what I'm saying, and there's shows and things like that. And she was like, and I realized a lot of those people are not your friends because they're not. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, okay, we're doing the show together, we cool. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh, you so-and-so now. You make this amount of money now. You on all of this stuff now. So now let me be your friend. But that's not real love. So the people that love you, if you never act again, if you never sing a song again, if you know what I'm saying, lost everything tomorrow, the people that would still love you, you hold on to those people. You hold on to those relationships. Another thing is to have people covering you. You know what I'm saying? Have people praying for you. Like I said, this industry is great, but it's it's got times, as well. And so, I know not everybody is religious or whatever, but have people looking out for you, praying for you, you know what I'm saying? Do your research on people.
Yeah.
Because got a nice dollar sign or it's popular does not make it a good opportunity, and so I think those things are things that I'm carrying along with me as I continue through this life. So those are my top couple pieces of advice that I can think of at the moment.
It's great advice, and we love hearing that too. And you drop like some gems too, and I think people that are just now getting into this field need to know these things, not to lose yourself and be careful of where you go. I know we talked about that a little bit as well. They need to know these things because, for example, I know people come to you all the time and say, "You're doing all this, doing all that, doing this." And you're like, when you get a chance to sit down and talk to Shavon, and like you were saying, I've heard a lot of no's to get what you see in my highlights.
Right.
Like it's a lot that goes into this, and you worked hard, but these people need to understand that it's a lot more to just the glitz and the glamour.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And people see the end result, they see you now, and it's just like, oh man. And it's like they want you to kind of like hand them everything on a silver platter. And it's like, no, sweetie, I worked for this. Yes. Okay. I've been doing this for years, overlooked. You know what I'm saying? I worked with difficult directors that talk to me like trash. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Submitted hundreds of auditions and didn't get picked for any of them. I was the one submitting self-tapes with my whole body in the camera. Didn't even know what I was doing, okay? Going for it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to fall. You know what I'm saying? And because I fell, I was able to get up and be like, oh, okay, this is how I can move forward. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate every no, because every no is your next opportunity, not only because it directs you towards your next opportunity, but it's an opportunity for you to look at yourself and say, what could I have done better? Mm-hmm. How can I improve this? Like literally, that's one thing I like about self-tapes, because I can go back and I can look at myself and I'm like, you know what, Shavon? You could have paused a little bit better here. You could have use my inflections, your voice here, you could have done this. And so like everything prepares yourself. So, okay, well, next time I'm going to do this. And then what are you doing in between projects?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's like, okay, I'm just chilling. But no, like you need to be looking up scripts, learning scripts. If you have an issue learning your lines, you need to practice, grabbing different things and memorizing that thing quick. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to look at the script in a few minutes and analyze that thing, and you've already created your version of that character. And so practice, you know what I'm saying? And, sharpen your skills, go to, acting classes, everything that you do is always a learning process. It's like people have in their minds that once you do so much, you've arrived. No, there is no such thing as I have arrived.
No.
Like the best vocalists, like a Beyonce has a vocal coach. That's a perfect example of you can be, but there's still room to grow. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
No, you're actually right, because I saw a post that Deion Sanders had posted. I think it was like a couple of days ago, where he said it's never gonna stop working. You're never gonna stop working, like at all. Like even when you get there, you're still going to work. And you're still going to continue to work and work and work and work some more. So it's never going to ever stop. And people got to understand, like clocking in every day, that's easy. But being on your own, that's where it's tough. It's hard because you don't have nobody to motivate you. You have your job, a supervisor that'll tell you like, hey, this goes here, this and that, and third. Then when 4 or 5 o'clock come around, you're done. But when you're on your own, you have to be disciplined, and you have to tell yourself, like, I need to get into acting classes, or I need to have a vocal coach, or I need to do this, or I need to work out so I can go get this part, or I need to start eating that so I can get healthy, so I can be able to run, so I can be able to do this action scene that I'm trying to get. It's a lot of work, and so it never stops. So.
Yes, I agree with that, because it's all about preparation. Because we pray for opportunities. We want, I want this part. Oh, I would love to be on this show. But when that opportunity comes, are you ready?
Right.
Have you done everything that you need to do so that when it comes, you can slide right on in? You know what I'm saying? Do you have your updated headshots? You know what I'm saying? Are you building your reel? You know what I'm saying? Even if you've only got a couple projects that are quality, you need to put that thing together.
Right.
You have something to show for. You know what I'm saying? Update your resume. Keep everything, sharp and on point. Be on time. Because stuff like that matters. Even if they're running behind or whatever, but everybody is watching. And then treat everybody like you would someone that's a celebrity to you.
Amen.
The person that's the PA, the person that's the sound, everybody is important, and you never know where your next opportunity is going to come.
You know what? You need to say that again, because there have been some people that get on this show. They have been late, and I'm like, I don't care. And I'm like, if Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club, you wouldn't be late for them. You'd be on time. Matter of fact, you'll beat them now.
Right.
Yep. Right there with like.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all look like
they'd be outside the building waiting on them to come in.
But yeah. Shavon, you preached a good sermon to us today, for real, and we thank you for it. A couple more things that we're gonna let you go. You were part of the Cinematic Affair. And so I know you was at the event last. I'll be there tonight. Of course, this show will premiere on Tuesday, of course, but I'll be there tonight. I don't know if you're gonna be there tonight, but I was happy to see that you.
See, all our hearts come together. I'm excited.
Got you. Yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm so looking forward to the Cinematic Affair, and I know it was a really fun and cool event. But so we'll see. I'll see you there on tonight. But so shout out to Malcolm Carter and everyone that's a part of that as well. I finally get to meet. I haven't met him yet, but so shout out to them. But let's wrap this up with you talking a little bit about your character, and then we'll finish off with you talking about the Homewrecker. So let's talk about Cinematic Affair real quick.
Okay, so Cinematic Affair. This is the second year of Cinematic Affair, and there's 3 TV series that's going to be shown tonight. The Book of Aries, Soulmates, and The Season. So I'm in 2 of the 3 series. I'm not in Jacoby's series, The Book of Aries, but I am in Jamal's series, Soulmates, and I am in Malcolm's series, The Season. So in Soulmates, I play Keisha, and Keisha is someone that I think a lot of people can relate with, She is a loyal person. She is down, for the guy that, she loves, even though he's still trying to figure his life out. But say about that, cool. And I play Cheryl in The Season. She is new, and she's young and excited about life and on a new journey, and she's just ready to, take on new things and for new beginnings. So both fun characters that I really enjoyed playing. But I just really love the Cinematic Affair because it's 3 different directors that come to put their pride aside, and they're willing to collaborate, help one another. They'll hold a boom mic for one, the other project, they'll stay up the, late hours for one another, and just seeing that collaboration, what I'm saying? We definitely need more of that. It's really a beautiful thing. So it's a 3. Last night was the mixer, and I got a chance to perform my song Don't Rush for the first time, and that was great. And then tonight is the premiere, and then tomorrow is the brunch. So I'm just happy to see people putting out positivity and showing off quality creative content in Houston, because we've got it here.
Yes, we do. And I love seeing that. I'm looking forward to it tonight. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to see that. I already know it's going to be good. I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I've seen quite every episode, I believe. Yeah, I have. So I'm looking forward to see how all of it transpires and the ending result. So with that, and go ahead and tell us about Homewrecker real quick. Brandy Spears. Yeah.
Saturday, I play the lovely, not so innocent Eva. She is a homewrecker, okay, but she, you know what I'm saying? She's something else, but she's got good intentions. Just not the best way of going about things. But I had so much fun playing her. That guy is always the best, right? I mean, at least it's just more interesting, more levels. With Eva, I was able to show every emotion, sad, happy, crazy, like all of that. And so if you can go to Eventbrite and get your tickets, for Homewrecker. That is next Saturday, July 23rd, at 7 p.m. You know, you're gonna get a quick comedy show, you know, a copy of the film and see it. So definitely check that out.
Okay. Oh, nice. That's what's up, man.
Before we let you go, just how was it working? Because we know that Brandy Specs, that was her directorial debut. How was it working with her?
Oh, it was great. That's my girl, you know. Most of our experience has been on set together, you know, as like co-stars. So it was cool seeing her in that space. I told her, I'm like, okay, director, I'm like, that title looks good on you. I like it, you know, with everything she's had my back, you know what I'm saying? Because even though you're the director, you know what I'm saying, when you have other people producing projects, you know what I'm saying, there's still someone else that's affecting things that are happening. So I just loved how she, you know, prioritized her cast and always did everything to make sure that we were good, that we were, you know, taken care of, you know, had everything that we needed, our information on time. Brandy Specs and Tamika Madison are literally amazing. That's all I'm saying.
They are. When you work with them, you be like, man. There are times when I'm working with Brandy and she'll tell you, because I always do this when I work with her. Like I think it was like a couple nights ago, we was on set and she had the ice chest and she was moving. I'm like, Brandy, what are you doing? Give me that. And she said, no, it's my job. I said, I don't give me that. And she's like, let me do my job. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. She's just so cool, and she works hard as well. And you know, we like to take care of each other when we on set, and we're just appreciative of all of them, really. So yeah, shout out to Brandy Specs as well. With that being said, this is the part of the interview where we like we want to keep talking, but time wise, we gotta. Yeah. So thank you so much, Shavon. Tell everybody where we can follow you at.
Well, you guys can follow me on Instagram at Shavon Majoi. Shavon is SHAVON. Majoi is MHAOI. I mean, if you just type Shavon M, I'm the first thing that comes up. So yeah, on Facebook, Shavon Majoi. So yeah, that's pretty much the only social medias I operate. So
yeah, straight up, man.
You can find Don't Rush on all streaming platforms. I will be putting out some new music very soon.
Love it, love it, love it. That's Shavon Majoi, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, thank you. All right, y'all. This is the segment you already know to come and love, man. This is the Just Acting the Fool, man. So, Chris, who gets the award this time, bro?
Well. We're going all the way to China. Since I was getting some pain there earlier, I'm heading over to China. Okay. Anyway, authorities in Fuzhou, East China, the Fujian province, managed to bring a burglar to justice. Well, you know, how did they bring him to justice? I'll tell you in a moment. While examining the crime scene, a burglar apartment in a high-rise residential compound, police noticed that the burglar, who appeared to have breached a home, had climbed onto the balcony, spent the night there. It looked like he was having a good old time. They say they found leftover noodles and cooked eggs in the kitchen, blankets and pillows taken from the wardrobe and left on the bed. And he also had some burnt incense, because you know you got to get the mood right. Got to burn some incense. And all clues that whoever broke into the apartment, they really couldn't figure it out. But then, they found a blood stain left by a squash mosquito on the wall. And so they decided to have the blood tested for DNA.
Oh, hell no.
And so when they saw a dead mosquito and the blood stains on the wall, they tested it, and DNA test showed that the blood belonged to a man named Shy. Surname was Shy, who happened to have an extensive criminal record. 19 days after the robbery, was brought in for questioning and confessed to the burglary, as well as 3 other burglaries he was the suspect in. So he's currently being held and pending trial. So yeah, he got caught by the mosquito. So I don't know. I guess, have you heard about the sensitive burglar? I guess he just took things personally, you know.
This is the part of the joke, right?
I mean, he seems like he made himself at home. He had the incense going and all that. I guess I'm assuming he took a shower. Why did he take a shower, right? Because he was trying to make a clean getaway. No? Okay. Well, you know, since we like to talk about comic books and superheroes, what was the burglar doing in Wayne Manor?
No.
He was robbing. Duh. But anyway.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And you know what there's only one way to get rid of mosquitoes. Y'all know what way that is?
The offspring?
No, you call a SWAT team. Duh.
That's funny. That's pretty funny. That's a good one. Man.
You know what gets me about this whole story? It's a robber that broke into someone's home. You get it? Do you understand the severity? It's a robber that broke into someone's home. Do you know that? And they put in some police work to get DNA and out the mosquito, and you understand what I'm saying? Like for us here in America, they have let me just call my insurance people up, I guess, and just get better security. You call the police is like,
I mean, this dude he made, I mean, for them not to know nothing after he done cooked noodles, made eggs, lit incense, he was chilling.
But they just put the actual footwork into it. Like these cops was like on it.
Yeah, ain't that something? There's a mosquito, right? Like that's some Law and Order SVU.
That's some real. I mean, it's like somebody just broke in your house. Like, okay.
Maybe it was the forensics investigator's first day on the job. So he's really trying to just do a good. What is this thing here?
Boy, whoever.
That man was on it. I'm getting a visual in my mind, like he's just like taking evidence, and he got to take it out.
Yeah, man, that's some.
He's testing the air and
right. That's some Batman Arkham City level type of detective. Y'all ever play Batman Arkham?
Yeah.
When he get his little forensic thing going on and he looking at
and then he can follow the footsteps. Like,
Boy, you have Batman up in that thing, boy. That's who it is.
Well, that man trying to get a raise. He trying to.
Boy, for real. Like, boy, you did some deep diving detective work on that, brother. Your forensic science team is on point.
I guess our brother should just bust him off.
It wasn't for that damn mosquito.
I mean, that's crazy, man. That's shout out to them. They police. They don't play. They don't. Salute to them, man. Because
we're gonna get you. We're gonna find you.
Even if I was like, hey, officer, that's a blood sample from a mosquito on the wall, they'd be like, all right, well, I guess.
Say it's a black police officer. What they gonna do? They gonna look at you like, really?
All right. Well, what they're gonna do is they're gonna give you a little case number and say, hey, we get back to you.
There you go.
To know if we hear something, you never hear anything. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get into the balancing act. We're going to give a certain individual their well-deserved flowers. So y'all stay locked in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the balancing act where we give homage, pay homage, we give flowers, we acknowledge others that's been doing some wonderful things in this acting industry, or we, focus on mental health, all that in balancing that. But for today, we're going to give a certain individual their flowers because they just received something that they should have been received a long time ago. Everybody's mama. There are quite a handful of people in this acting industry where you say, that person gonna play their mama. That person gonna play the grandma. And over time, you just say, nah, man, that person feels like they could be my mother, but they're not. But hey, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? People like, Loretta Devine that is one. So shout out to Loretta Devine. But we're not gonna talk about her. We're gonna give her flowers another time. I'll go ahead and give her flowers now. Shout out to Loretta Devine. You deserve a Walk of Fame as well, too. As this person, Jennifer Lewis. She just received her Walk of Fame, her Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame. As the article goes on to say, Jennifer Lewis, best known for starring in the hit ABC sitcom Blackish for 8 seasons, scored a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on Friday. The plaque sits next to late silver screen legend Katharine Hepburn, who remains one of her all-time favorite actresses. That's dope, man. I love reading that right there. So, like I said, every time you see Jennifer Lewis, we already know she's gonna be somebody's mom. Every time you see Loretta Devine, she's gonna be somebody's mom.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, well deserved, man. I like her. She's funny. She shares her story, and it's such an amazing story of how she has grown over the years. And I like her. Everybody likes her. I still remember her. What was it? I'm drunk. The Temptations. Blue. She been to everything. Blue, you better zip that jacket up. Get cold out here. Yes, mama. Zip. Jennifer Lewis is just dope, man. I love her, man. She's cool. She's cool.
It's due time. It's way due time. So absolutely. Now we need to get everybody's uncle. Well, he's not everybody's uncle, but he always play a black villain. Can't think of his name. Clifton Powell.
Oh. Hey.
Clifton Powell.
Right there, man.
Hey, everybody's black, like neighborhood villain and uncle. I never forget on Dead Presidents, he was like, "This is my boyfriend, such and such, such and such." He's like, "Okay, here. Get his some money right here. You old girl some little money." Yeah. Then he had the money in like his 2 fingers. Like, here you go.
I always think about him in the play I seen. He say, she say, but what this guy say? His name was Satan. He's like the bad character, Satan, Satan. So
yeah,
Satan. Well, I don't never. I'm like,
yeah, man.
That's like, that pinky always be in him though. I feel
that pinky is man. That pinky is in him. Yeah. So he need his Walk of Fame too. He need his.
Yes, he does.
Because that man, that man has been. He has been working ever since I was a kid, and it's like nonstop work for him. And he did something with the car too.
Yeah, he did.
And they just finished up the 6th season. It's a series on Bounce that's really good that he just finished up. He played Rex Fisher on Saints and Sinners. And there's a lot of stars that's in that one. That was so good. And his character was really good.
Yeah.
So
just giving these people their flowers because they well deserve it.
Exactly. So we grew up watching these actors, man. Clap it in.
Another great show in the books. Shout out to our special guest that came through, talked about some films and that she's been in, Shavon Majoi. We already know you're off to do amazing things. So many blessings you. Keep going. Looking forward to see what you're going to be in the next film, next project. I think that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's it. Mike, you got anything before we go?
Let's see what Chris got.
What you got, Chris? What you got?
Let me see. Quote of the day: "A negative mind will never give you a positive life." Food for thought.
That's right.
Agree.
That is exactly right.
I do agree.
And I have to say, drink more water and mind your business.
I thought you was gonna say something like, "And fish don't fry in the kitchen."
Beans don't fry in the kitchen.
Who the hell left the gate open?
I'm coming up. That was good, man.